Hello, hello, my friends. Happy Monday. Hope you're all doing well. Beautiful day here. I just came from T-ball practice. No, I wasn't practicing, I was watching. And I'm running in. I think everything's working. It looks all right. I may have to make some adjustments, but all right. So tonight we're going to be talking about using digital art, which is something, hey Susan, that Close to My Heart offers for the Cricut. So, I'm looking, my computer might need to get plugged in, but we can do that. So first things first, let's figure out where you find digital art and what is it, okay? So let me get to there. Let me bring you there. All right, so we're at the Close to My Heart, my Close to My Heart shopping site. The link for this is at karamiller.com, so if you're not sure, you just go there. Ooh, hard to see. I'll change the color. The link will be below later. So you go there, and you click on Shop Close to My Heart, and once you do that, then you will see this current page. If you have shopped with me before, or you have an account with Close to My Heart, you're going to want to sign in. And once you've signed in, under your name up here in the top corner, you will be able to see under your account. I have an online office because I'm a maker with Close to My Heart. If you're a customer, VIP, or regular, you will have an account. And when you look at your account, over here you will see digital library, among lots of other things. That is where any of the digital art collection, I like them. You can tell I have a lot. But they're all here, like all the way back to 2021. Like they don't disappear. You can always download them when you need. So let's go back to shop and see what our options are. And we're going to scroll down to where it says digital art. And it's a little bit, it's like, well, what am I getting? Basically what you're getting is an SVG. Remember, SVGs are scalable vector graphic. They're files that are images with cut lines built into them. So it tells Cricut where to cut, hey Marion, along the line. So, hold on, I just want to grab something. If you aren't sure about any of this and it sounds super sketchy and you just need more help, remember, you're going to want to grab the book. The book. Now, mine has a gray stripe, yours won't. But in here we talk about scalable vector graphics, how to do it, how to find them, and what to do with them. The link to this will be down below. They are on Amazon. You can pre-order them on my website, but I don't have them yet. So if you want them sooner, I'll give you the dates later too. I'll put that in the description so that you can tell which one is faster. But anywho, I know some of you already have them, and that's awesome. You can look at those if you need a little refresher. One of the reasons I wrote the book the way I did was that if you're cricketing every day, it's easy to remember it. When you come back to it, because, you have a life and you might be doing something other than cricketing every day, it's hard to remember some of the details. Yep, you can go watch a video. You can search YouTube. You can go to Cricut.com and try and find your answer. But sometimes you just want your book. I like to think of this as a recipe book. And that's why mine has Post-its sticking out of it. Things that I might want to remember, I put a sticky on. It's your book. Mark it up. Fold the pages. Write on it. Keep your little hints in there for you. It really can be super helpful. Okay, let's go back to digital art. So these are the ones that they're offering now. The $10 one means you get all of that. You'll get a 2-page layout. This is Hello Darling, Hey Handsome, and Cosette. Those are the 3 that are running right now. This bundle just has all of these others. Hi, Jean. The one we're talking about right now tonight is down here. It's called Bloom's Digital Art. And I've done this before, but somebody saw it in my old posting and it popped up this weekend and I thought, Well, we need to refresh it because we haven't done it in a while. So that's what we're doing. Okay? So what do? You click on this and say add to cart. You check out. It's that easy. You come to the cart. You check out. It's warning me I already own it. So silly girl, don't buy it again. The cool thing about it is I don't have to pay shipping and handling on it. So digital art is great to have. If you're a Cricut user, you're going to love it. So I already bought it, and it's telling me I already bought it. So I don't want to buy it again. But I do want to go here to where I showed you, to my account. Once I buy it, this is where it is. I'm not going to get anything in the mail. It's just going to end up in my digital library. I'm going to scroll down to where Bloom Digital Art is. I'm going to click on this little arrow. Now I'm on a Mac right now. I've got some pictures of what it looks like on a PC that I will post after this video. I think, unless I can show you now. I don't think I can show you now. Sorry, I'm just thinking out loud. I'm going to download it to my desktop, which is the same thing whether you're on a Mac or a PC. It's going to come in a zipped folder. See it right down here? A zipped folder means that it's compressed so that it's quicker to send over the internet. So it's compressed. That means I have to open it. On a Mac, you're just going to double click on it. On a PC, you're going to right click on this and you're going to say extract all. Now let me close this down and let's get up here. Move you. This is what it does right here. See it? It's Bloom's Digital Art.zip. I'm going to double click. Move my zippered one, and now I have the folder that it's inside. Okay? Now this one on my computer says .svg. It doesn't on all of them. For example, on a PC, mine looked like an HTML file. It said blooms.html, and it looked like an internet file. Design Space knows that, and it is okay. It's fine. It has something to do with your settings on your computer. All right? So then we go into Cricut. I already did this, but let me move it over here. I said move over here. Thank you very much. I'm going to go to Upload. And this is the tricky part. I have to remember where I saved it. I saved it to my desktop. I'm going to browse and go find it. It's on my desktop. And it is... I've done it a few times. It's Bloom's SVG, right? Well, I could pick the first one. And I'm going to say open. Design Space opens it. Now I can do whatever I want with tags. Remember, this is the place to do it. I might say close to my heart. I might say flower, corner embellishment. I might say embellishment. Those are all things I might want to search for later. All right, I'm going to say upload. It's going to pop right in. It's going to be here. Either one. They're the same. I click on it. I don't need it twice. And I say add to canvas. Now, when you look at this, you're going to see that I don't really need two of these, so I'm just going to get rid of them. You're going to see that it is a gazillion layers, right? If you are a Maker user and you have your choice up here of machines as Maker, you could turn this into a print then cut. Let me bring you down here for a minute. This is that image as a print then cut. It looks super cool, right? Let's zoom you in so that you can see it up tight. It looks really neat. I didn't take this off because I wanted to show it to you. It's still on my map. Remember, print then cut marks these, puts these marks here. That tells Cricut what's going on and where I want it to cut, right? This is on 8.5 by 11, white cardstock that I get at Walmart. And when I take it away, this is left over. And you'll notice there's a little bit of an edge. Can you see it? Hi, Kathy. That's what's called bleed, and I'll show you that in a minute. But what that means is I end up with not too much white around the edge. So there is that digital art as a print then cut, right? Super cool. But another option is that you take that, I'm going to show you how to do this in a minute, and you cut part of it. These are just 3 layers, 3 cuts of this flower. So then I could put this right here, add this and this, and I'm going to get a more dimensional embellishment, right? Isn't that cool? So let's play with it in Design Space and see what we can do with it. All right? So this is what it looks like when you bring it in. It's multiple layers of cutting. In a Cricut Joy, even though I select this, you'll notice flatten, which is what I need to do to make it be a print then cut, isn't an option. It's not an option because Cricut Joy doesn't do print then cut. So what I did, how did I get this over here? I clicked on this and I picked this layer, which is just that flower, and I said duplicate. And now I can bring that over here. Then I'm going to change this to Maker because that was my other machine. I could do the Explorer 3, the Maker 3, or the Maker, or the Explorer, whatever one I have, just not the Joy. And now I can select this guy, and now flatten is an option, and when I click that, now it's print then cut. So Cricut's going to go ahead and print that on that paper that I showed you. It's going to print it right here on my printer. Has nothing to do with a Cricut. You have to have a printer attached, either wirelessly or through a wire. And I want to come back out. Sorry, I made you dizzy. And then Cricut's going to cut that out, right? So I could just say, yep, we are good to go. I'm happy with this, and I'm just going to go with that. Or I could say, well, let me try this. I want to do that other layer, the one that I duplicated, and I want to see what that looks like. So now I come over here and I say make it. Cricut's going to think, and it's going to do, this is the print then cut, right? I have 2 of these because I duplicated it for you. So now it wants 2 of that layer. It wants 2 of that layer. And it wants 2 of that layer. And I'm going to make 2 flowers. This is incredible for making my embellishments for my layout. If I'm not sure about sizing, remember we've talked about this before. You all know that I am a huge simple SVG user. So I would say upload, and I'd grab myself a simple and bring it in. And now I'm going to create my page using my simple and these embellishments. Well, how do I do that? Well, let's zoom out. Let's move these guys over here for a minute. And let's just bring a 12 by 12 shape so I get an idea of what it's going to look like. And we're going to change it to 12 by 12. And we're going to change its color. Do you notice there's 2 sets of colors here? Material is up here and then just basic colors here. These are what are in the print then cut colors. Isn't that cool? So I'm going to grab that light yellow. And then I'm going to send you to the back. And now I'm going to start to build my layout right here on my screen. I'm going to bring you, and I'm thinking, you know, before I do that, I might want that to go the other way. So I'm just going to come up here and I'm going to flip it. Isn't that incredible? But now I need to flip these guys so they coordinate. So I'm going to flip both of them so I don't forget. And now this is going to go here, and then this with its detail, I'm going to bring to the front. Right? Now I'm going to bring you to the front. And you're going to go on top of that. And you are going to come up here and maybe be attached to my title. Or maybe I want this to go the other way. Maybe this one could go the other way. So I'm going to do all of this before I go ahead and cut. Then when I'm set with it and I like it and this looks cool, I could pull any of these other things out that I wanted. But I'm ready to go. And I'm going to go ahead and cut it out. But all that started with that simple little digital artwork that I downloaded for $1. But I built this whole page. Now the next thing I like about it, I'm going to bring you down and we're going to look at it, is it coordinates. If you don't change the colors, now everything prints from your printer with a little bit different. Everyone's printer's not precise or exact, but I'm going to show you how I used regular close to my heart cardstock and the colors coordinate. So let's come down now. Let's close up the computer. Now we're going to play. So now we have our printed. Look at how that matches. This is my cardstock, and it coordinates with, now it's not exact. It's not the exact same shade as that lighter color. This is the darker version, which is pretty darn close to that one, right? So, but it coordinates. It doesn't clash. It looks great. So we have that, and then this. And how I cut this was, hold on. This is my papaya, and this is lighter papaya. Remember, Close to My Heart cardstock comes in 2 shades in one piece. Has one side that's a little bit lighter and the other side's a little bit darker, just a shade, same family. So it makes it super easy to do things like this with one piece of cardstock. Now, one of the comments on this old post was that the white core cardstock is annoying for them. All of Close to My Heart cardstock is white core. That means it's white in the middle. Let me show you. See how it's white on the inside? But that's one of the reasons I like it, because it has the white core. I can use my inks and change this up any way I want. This is going to absorb the ink more than this is. So some things that you want to use. First of all, you're going to want to have this, whoops, I almost lost that piece. You know I'd be looking for it later. This work mat is awesome. It's sticky on the back so the stuff doesn't move around. But it saves your desk. It saves all of your work area from getting ink on it. And now I'm just going to show you how this looks. We're going to do 2. You know, I should grab 2 pieces. Hold on. Okay. So this is Sundance. The inks are magnetic, so there's no weird, funky way. You just pick it up. Right? I love that. And then these little dauber brushes, they have a good name. I don't know. They're spongy brush things. So we're going to pick up the ink. See how we get some? And now we're just going to start over here and rub onto just the edge. So now we can get that kind of a look with our cardstock, which looks super cool. Or if you want to get rid of the white on the edge. Now, seriously, if you have a sharp blade, it's really not that dramatic, but you can kind of see the white on the edge. See it? It does sort of show. All right, so let me show you what you could do with coordinating ink. So that's Sundance. It gives you a neat look. This is Papaya. I'm going to grab that. I'm zoomed in so that you can see it. I hope I'm staying on camera here. Right? And I want to make sure that I'm getting just the edge so I can do this. Those of you that have known me for a long time know I love that I don't get messy. I know. One of the reasons I didn't like inking at the beginning was that it got all over me. And I'm not really good at, I'm not a messy crafter. I'm messy in my space, but not messy on my hands. I don't like it. And I still have never lived down the very first time I tried to demonstrate an ink pad and I opened it wrong and it came apart and it was navy blue and it went flying across the room and all over me and all over everything. Yeah. But see how that works? Or another way, lay it down on here, ink the little baby up, and then again that same just kind of circular motion on the edge. Debbie Pinson, who has been following me forever, is the one who encouraged me to ink everything. And every time I do this, I think of Debbie. You just ink everything. And the reason inking takes it from a die cut to a wow, you made that, is because it no longer looks like the machine cut it. It looks like you did it. And I was crazy. So, and save these, like these, you just get one for each color that you use a lot of. Like if you don't use the color very often, then I wouldn't use one of these. You can also wash these and save them. But I save the ones I'm using to use them again. You can mark, you know, those sweet little label machines, or you can use a Sharpie. Mark the colors so that you know this is Sundance, this is Papaya, right? All right, so anyway, I do all that. Move you guys. Don't be afraid to ink. It's really cool. I turned you over and I think I have you on the wrong side. No, I don't. Okay, so there is how that's gonna look when I put it down. Now, what if you don't have a Xyron with you? You can grab your regular adhesive, especially if you're using this mat, because the adhesive won't stick to anything. You're just going to roll it off when you're done. So you just put this on, goober your adhesive on here, just like that, right? Super simple. And then any extra, just rub it off and it goes away. Then you're going to bring this and we're going to pop this on here where it belongs, like so. Kind of rub off any extra of that adhesive. And then I told you I'd lose that little yellow piece. Oh no, here it is. The little yellow piece goes right here. Then I'm going to grab my foam dots and I'm going to pop this part up. Right? So now this is going to be one amazing embellishment. And one of the things that I like to do is when I get these, make a couple of them and save them. Once you've cut the paper, the other thing I was talking about that you can't do print then cut with a Cricut Joy, but you can do this embellishment. In fact, this is cut on the Joy, and I love it. I love that it's so easy to sit right at the Joy and work with it. So when I put this down, I am going to take it off just a little so I get even more shadow and pop that down. So now my embellishment is now not flat. Now it's super, like if you bought this as an embellishment, this is a $4.95 deal. It's super cool. I can go in and I can ink these too if I wanted, even though it's print then cut because it's on white paper. So I could go ahead and ink the edges of this, and this is now ready to add to my page. I could make a couple of these and have them if I know I love it. I mean, these are my colors, so I would use this on more than one thing. This could go on the front of a card. Where's my cards? If you have your card pack, these are 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. And you can see just barely. I should have made it just a little bit smaller if I wanted it to fit on here. What if I didn't? What if I messed it up and I didn't? I could take my scissors and I could just get rid of this right here. I'm going to fold it back so you can see what I mean. All right, so assume I cut that. And now that fits perfectly on my card, would fit in my envelope. Okay? And now it's like super amazing. Add a stamped sentiment up here and you are good to go. But if you've got this in your drawer ready whenever you need it, this is beautiful. Now, I did it in these colors because I did print then cut. But if I didn't want to, each of these flowers, I think it's 8 layers to cut everything out. But the Cricut does it. You don't have to do it. And it's light and dark. So I went through and I just picked out my cardstock. And like the greens, I have 2 tones of green. So I can use for the leaves, I could use this dark would be for this top layer. Actually, this is going to be these guys back here. But this one, no, it's not dramatic, it's subtle, but see, there's a difference. There's just enough so that you would get, this is your background of your leaf, this is the shadow that goes on top. The same with your, I should know its name, it's not Sundance, yellow. It's yellow. That is one thing I haven't learned all my names, but this is the coolest trick. Close to My Heart gives you these little color chart so I can figure it out. It's not that, it's not lemon. Oh, I think it's you. Shortbread? Maybe? Or it's not Sundance. I think it is shortbread. Anywho, I will not show my ignorance in color names. And now I could do the whole thing and I could cut as many as I wanted. I cut this paper to fit in my Joy because I love just sitting right here. The Joy is right over here. Bring you over here, little baby. The Joy's right here. And I just sit and load and cut, super simple. So I am a huge Joy fan, but if you want to do 6 or 8 or 10 of them, go ahead and do that on your regular mat and just load it through. Okay? All right. So don't be intimidated by the digital artwork. I'll do another one next week. We'll pick a different one. Some of the ones with the layouts need a little bit more work when you bring them in, but we can do that. So explore, and they're not expensive, and it's a great way to use up your cardstock. And you have them. They don't go anywhere. So you can use them again and again. All right? Especially if you've picked a paper pack and a sticker set, grab the digital art that goes with it so that you have that in the future and that you can always add to, if you've only got the pad or paper left, you used up the sticker sheet, you could make your own. Okay? All right, everybody. Have a great week. Thanks for coming. I'll see you all soon. Bye. Hi, Diane.